Welcome to Bible study. This is the Bible study. We're prepping for Palm Sunday, April 13th, 2025. We're wrapping up a study of the book of Ecclesiastes as part of a concentration on wisdom literature that we've been doing since the beginning of the year. If you have your Bible handy, you may want to turn to the last chapters of Solomon's wisdom in Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes, as we've noted, is a fascinating book because it really allows us to give voice to some questions that people have been asking for a very long time. I mean, this book is probably close to 3,000 years old. And it is a cynical voice that people have had. You know, does life have any meaning? Is it just capricious? Are we, as I think the Norse used to believe, that we are like birds that fly into a great feasting hall from one end and fly through and go to the other? Is that really the span of a human life, from darkness to darkness, and nothing on either end, but only this brief moment, the 70 or 80 years that the psalmist speaks of for the lifespan of a person? Is that really all there is? And if that is all there is, does that have any meaning? Solomon admits at several points in the book, he says, we don't know what it means after because we have no access to after or before. We have only this time we can see. And he struggles to explain meaning. And he says it's actually a good question. One of the things that I have also stated before is that I really appreciate about the Bible is that it allows people to ask those hard questions. Questions that don't have simple, easy, straightforward answers. The questions that may require a lifetime of pondering and thinking about, and that over the course of a lifetime, answers may change. The things that I find meaningful in my youth may not be so meaningful in my middle age or my old age. In chapters 11 and 12 of this amazing book, Solomon is giving voice to what he sees now, probably from his old age, and how he perceives as he looks back upon life. Last week, we really noted that Solomon was struggling with the measure of life. And he thought that those who measured life by the accumulation of things, that those who measured life in those eminently measurable things of how much wealth one has, how much material success you have, those kinds of things. He said that is probably a big reason why people find life meaningless, because he thought those were inadequate measures of a life. Here in chapter 9, right here, shortly before the end, he gives sort of a summation of that. He says, "Go eat your bread with joy and drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has already approved what you do." That there is something about enjoyment and beauty and good, that these are the things which aren't really measurables. They aren't wealth. A poor man can enjoy a flower as much as a rich man, maybe even more, ponders Solomon. Let your garments be always white. Let not your oil be lacking on your head. Enjoy life with your wife whom you love in the days of your vain life that he has given you under the sun. Enjoy it, because that's your portion in life. And in your toil, at which you will toil under the sun, do things you enjoy. See beauty, see good things, things that give you delight. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. Do it with all your might, for there is no work or thought or knowledge or wisdom in Sheol to which you are going. And there's sort of the transition to that next part. That this is what he has given us to do. Live it. Enjoy it. Whether it's rich or poor, whether it's successful or not, whether it is recognized by the world and famous, or whether it's done in obscurity. Put your hand to it, do it with all your might. Chapter 11. Cast your bread upon the waters, for you will find it after many days. Give a portion to 7 or 8, or even to 8, for you know not what disaster may happen on earth. If the clouds are full of rain, they empty themselves on the earth. And if a tree falls to the south or to the north, in the place where the tree falls, there it lies. He who observes the wind will not sow, and he who regards the clouds will not reap. This little collection of aphorisms right here is really just go out and do it. Don't try and time everything to be perfect. Don't wait for the weather to be just perfect before you sow your seed, or you may never sow it. Don't wait for it to be perfect before you go out and harvest, or you may not get it harvested. Cast your bread on the waters. Do it. It'll come back to you. Give to 7 or 8, he says. Be generous. Let it out there. Go. As you do not know the way the Spirit comes to the bones in the womb of a woman with child, so you don't know the work of God who makes everything. Leave a little mystery in your life. There are things which we do not understand. Even today, we don't understand why life. We may understand so much more than Solomon did about the mechanisms, the immediate and the formal causes of life itself. Things like we understand DNA and the way that a human body is formed in the womb. But why life? Why do people live? This we do not know. In the morning sow your seed, at evening withhold not your hand. Go out and do it. 90% of the people lived on farms at this time. He's using these agricultural metaphors of you just have to get up and work. You do not know which will prosper, this or that, or whether both alike will be good. Light is sweet, it's pleasant for the eyes to see the sun. So if a person lives many years, let him rejoice in them all. And let him remember that days of darkness will be many. All that comes is vanity. I remember a t-shirt at the National Youth Gathering once that said, it's not that life is so short, it's just you're dead so long. Rejoice, O young man, in your youth, and let your heart cheer you in the days of your youth. Walk in the ways of your heart and the sight of your eyes, but know that for all these things, God will bring you into judgment. Yes, enjoy life. But live it acknowledging that it's not always yours, that you are accountable. So remove vexation from your heart, put away pain from your body, for youth and the dawn of life are vanity. Enjoy them. And remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the evil days come and the years draw near, of which you will say, I have no pleasure in them. And here we get this marvelous description of old age. And this, Solomon is speaking this as somebody who I think is living it. Before the sun and the light of the moon and the stars are darkened, and the clouds return after the rain. The light is darkened. His eyes don't work so well anymore. The clouds return after the rain. As is often the case with elderly people, they have to go to the bathroom a lot. As soon as he goes, he has to go again. The clouds return immediately after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house tremble, and the strong men are bent, And the grinders cease because they are few, and those who look through the windows are dimmed. When the keepers of the house tremble, and the strong men, the back and the legs, they're bent. And the grinders cease because they are few, and those who look through the windows are dimmed. He can't see so well anymore. He doesn't have so many teeth in his mouth. His legs are bent. His hands tremble. The doors on the street are shut. When the sound of the grinding is low, and one rises up at the sound of a bird, and all the daughters of song are brought low. He says, some bird sings outside my window and wakes me up, and I gotta get up. They are afraid also of what is high. Yeah, he doesn't climb ladders anymore. Terrors are on the way. He holds the guardrail as he's walking down the hallway. The almond tree blossoms, and the grasshopper drags itself along. These are images from the fall of the year. That's when the almond trees blossom, when the grasshoppers are old and their season is almost over. Desire fails because man is going to his eternal home, and the mourners go about on the streets. Before the silver cord is snapped, or the golden bowl is broken, or the pitcher is shattered at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern. These are all commonplace images of the way that they imagined a life is measured. In Greek mythology, they had the fates would do these strings, and they would cut it off, and that would be the end of a man's life. Or they would imagine it was like a potter shaping a pot on a wheel. And dust returns to the earth as it was, and the spirit returns to the God who gave it. Vanity of vanities. Emptiness, says the preacher. It's all empty. If you look for meaning in this life alone, it will always disappoint you. But remember, he said, your Creator in the days of your youth. The meaning for life, the answer to the cynic, to the one who says life has no meaning, for Solomon is always, look up. Look beyond the sun. Look beyond the stars. Look beyond that which you can see. And listen and hear that Creator, that one who causes those bones to knit together inside a mother's womb and for life to come. That God, that Creator, that is where your meaning is going to be found. I pray you've enjoyed this little look at Solomon's text. This is going to be the last video for just a little bit here. I'm going on a spot of vacation after the Easter festivities. We'll pick it up again a few weeks after that. God bless you.